All right, how's everybody doing? I've got the chilies all cut up now with the saltwater brine. These are glass jars, basically glass olive jars. You can see I've got some garlic cloves. I added 8 garlic cloves to each jar this time. The original recipe, which I'm going to link down below, does not have the garlic cloves included, but it's a good idea to add garlic now to the Tabasco. Now these are going to go away in a dark place for 2 weeks to ferment. And then all 3 of these jars will go into a food processor along with a cup of vinegar. Each jar gets a cup of vinegar. And food process that down. Or sorry, first it's going to be cooked. You bring each one of these to a boil. Each one of these jars, you bring it to a boil in a saucepan with 1 cup of vinegar. Okay, let that cool down. Then it goes into the food processor to extract the actual Tabasco sauce out of it. Okay, you're also left with a beautiful red mash, red chili mash, which I'm going to hold on to this year and see if I can make like chili pepper flakes out of it. Dry it out in the oven and make chili pepper flakes, homemade. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I hope everyone's having a good time wherever you're at in the world. It's Sunday morning here in the Philippines. All right, you can see. By the way, guys, welcome back to the vlog, Philo in the Philippines. This is going to be the Tabasco sauce video. It'll be the second time I've done this vlog. This time, it's going to be just a little bit different. Now, I didn't vlog the cutting up of the peppers, all that other stuff. This is the end result. This is 3 weeks of brine, okay? Those are just, you can see, Spanish Queen olive jars. You want to use glass jars for this. And what I've got there is 3 tablespoons of kosher sea salt. Okay. So what you do is you use 1 quart of unchlorinated water, it says. I don't know why anybody would use chlorinated water, but they're probably talking about the city water that a lot of people use. We use just regular mineral water out of the blue container. And 3 tablespoons of sea salt. Okay. Fasten down those lids. They sat up in a dark cabinet upstairs. It says 2 weeks. These went 3, just because I've been so busy. So let's move on to the next step now. Again, that's I can't really tell you the measurement on the peppers, but if you were to buy a kilo of peppers, you could probably make this same thing, because I've got about a kilo left over in the freezer. So I've got chilies for a long time. Okay, let's move on to the next process, guys. All right, so we're going to crack one of these guys open. We're only going to do 1 for this video, because there's so many in here. Oh, I tell you what, you guys, when you take that lid off, it fills the entire room, right? You can smell that, huh, Haniko?
Yeah.
You're gonna go lay down?
Yeah.
Okay. We pour that all in there. Now what we're gonna do is you add a cup of water, but you wanna pour this in the jar now and try and get out as much as you can of the garlic and the chilies, the seeds. Pour that in there. 1 cup of vinegar. One cup of vinegar. Okay, that's what you're looking at there. We put that on the stove top. Bring it to a boil. Reduce heat and simmer 15 minutes. All right. Come back with me in a few minutes. Okay, there we go. We've got the flame started. We'll go ahead and put a lid on that. God, I love having a flame to cook on again. So much better than an electric cooktop. All right, guys. Be back in just a few minutes. A little bit longer than a few minutes. We're going to bring that to a boil. We're going to reduce the heat and simmer it. I'll show it to you after it boils up, okay? All right, we're back. And we are boiling now. Boy, the smell this creates, just fantastic. Okay, we're going to cover this, reduce the heat down, and we're going to simmer it for 15 minutes. I'm going to let it boil just a little bit longer. Alright guys, and our simmer time is now complete. I just shut the fire off, okay? And I went, again, it's bring to a boil, reduce heat, simmer 15 minutes, like every recipe in the world. I went a little bit longer, I simmered for 25 minutes. So, pull the lid off, and now guys, it's a waiting game. It's just a waiting game because you have to let it cool down all the way. I don't know how long that's going to take. If I remember correctly, when I did it last time, it was 3 to 4 hours for it to cool down. So I'll turn this back on when we come back to the part where we're going to remove the brine and peppers from the pan and put it into a food processor and run that through a strainer, and we'll have all this beautiful peppery mash, and then Tabasco sauce will be underneath the screen when we run it through a small screen. Thanks for watching, guys, and come back, or we'll be back. Thanks for watching this much of it so far. I hope you're enjoying the video. I really enjoy making this Tabasco sauce. It's kind of exciting, something different, and it's, you know, it's my flavor. Even though it's a recipe I took from the internet, I've tweaked it a little bit by adding the garlic bulbs, and I think it's going to give it a great flavor. So we'll see. Okay.
No face on me.
That's okay. I just want the camera pointing right here.
Okay. It's okay now?
We have now, we're at about 90 minutes later, and this cooled down very quickly, much quicker than I thought. So we're going to ladle it into our food processor. There you go. And I got these nice bottles for the sauce. My guess is we might fill up 2 of these with this batch. Got those at Shopwise. And I do remember from the last time I made this, you want to really chop it up good. Liquefy as much of this as you can. This, transfer from the pot to this guy. Now, I'm going to pull this blade out of here. Pour this into a strainer. And you just have to move this around in the strainer now. And what you've got below is a beautiful Tabasco. Just kind of stir it till it goes through the screen. This is going to take out a lot of the seeds, which have already flavored the sauce, so you don't need them anymore. Just keep stirring it. Takes a little while to get it all out of there. And what you're left here with is a red mash. Actually, not much red. It's mostly seeds. So this batch came out a little bit differently than the last one. But it has all strained through very nicely. You want to mash it down to get all the juice out of it. Okay, let's have a look at what we got here now. There you go. There's your Tabasco. Look at that. Delicious. Wow. That's got some bite to it. Very nice. All right, guys, that's the process. You saw it today on Philo in the Philippines. Make your own Tabasco. Yeah, baby. Thanks for watching the vlog. And we'll see you on the next one, huh? All right, guys, and this is the leftover mash from the hot sauce. Now I'm going to attempt to do something with this. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but it's all experimental. I've got my oven going here right about 200F. So I'm going to try and dry this out. And what I'm going for is like a chili flake for pizza. You know what I mean? A chili flake for pizza. This could be a complete failure, I don't know. But it's worth a shot. And I would just throw the mash away anyway. You know what I mean? This would just go in the trash. You can see it's mostly made up of seeds. So it's gonna be super, super hot. But we're gonna try this out. Put this in on low. Let it go for an hour, and then I'll check on it. By the way, this is a great little oven, Hanabishi. But what you've got to do is you've got to buy one of these Fahrenheit temp gauges on Lazada, and you just have to play with the temperature here. Of course, the temperature is in degrees Celsius. You've just got to play with it. There's 8 different cooking modes on it, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different cooking modes. You just have to play with this oven and get used to it. Eventually you'll know that 260 is, you know, if you put it on 230 over here, I think it's 350 degrees. I think I've got that figured out. But you just play with it until a thermometer reads what you want. That's what you get it for, okay? We're just under 200 degrees because I opened up the oven door. So anyway, we'll give that an hour and see what it looks like. Why not try, right? It's all trial and error. The hot sauce, Philo in the Philippines hot sauce, is available for sale on Walking Street. Just go down to see Adrian in front of Carousel Bar. And he'll always have a stock of this unless I run out. Now I've got to get another batch going here quickly, like within the next 3 days, because it takes 2 weeks to ferment. So I'm going to head over to Pampang Market and get another kilo of chilies and start another batch. I've also got to find the sea salt, which I'm probably going to have to go to Marquee Mall for. That grocery store at Marquee Mall's probably got sea salt in like a Morton container, a Morton iodized salt container. So anyway, let's, I'll get back with you and turn this back on in an hour. We'll see what those chili flakes look like and if it's even feasible to do it. Now what I'm doing is I'm basing my theory on what I saw in the province. The way the rice farmers spread the rice out in the sun, to dry in the sun. And I'm going to try it on a low temp in the oven and see what happens. Anyway, more later. Thanks for joining the vlog today. And we'll see you a little bit later. Bye now. Okay, and here we go. This is how it came out, you guys, the chili flakes. Look at that. Perfect. Now, let me share with you the mistake that I made. I put foil down on this tray to begin with, and that was a mistake. Why? Because the mash stuck to the foil, and I lost probably about 1/5 of the batch because it stuck to the foil. So do not use foil, okay? Just put it right on the cookie sheet, the mash, and spread it out as flat as you can. I dried this at 200 degrees Fahrenheit for 3 hours, and it came out perfect. Look at that. It's perfect, and it's not nearly as hot as I thought it would be. It's actually very consistent with the pepper flakes that you would see at a Shakey's Pizza or anywhere else that you would go that has, you know, those little jars, the small rounded kind of jars with the chili flakes that you can sprinkle on the pizza. Anyway, thanks for watching, you guys. That's going to conclude the hot sauce, Philo in the Philippines hot sauce / chili flakes vlog. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next video. Keep smiling and have a great weekend.